Have a great day, dear students. Today we are going to see the chapter 17, which comes under the title E-commerce security system. In last classes we had seen about e-commerce and e-payment system and how they are everything that is what you are purchasing and every transaction is totally depend on network resources. As we are totally depend on networks on internet, here one problem is occurred, that is the security of the transaction has attracted the much attention. So here the security become very threatening issue. So here the security of the e-transaction, that is online transaction, must be followed or maintained with the help of protocols. So here what is the definition of the security here? E-commerce security. The security has become the critical factor and issue in emerging e-business. So solving the security problem in this transaction is it is the basics for ensuring the smooth development of e-business. So here e-commerce security is the set of protocols. Already we had studied about protocols. What is protocols? It is a set of rules to be followed. So each and every transaction or each and every action must be followed with the help of protocols. So here the e-commerce security is a set of protocols that safely guide the e-commerce transaction through the internet. And here what are the types of internet the types of e-commerce threats. So what is threats here? So what are the inconvenience available while we are making the e-transactions? So here e-commerce is based on the information technology and computer network. So we cannot avoid we cannot avoid facing the security issues. So comparing to traditional business. So traditional business we can believe the merchant and we can purchase in person. So here in e-commerce we cannot avoid facing security issues. So how to manage the security issues? Either an individual person or group of people or any business groups or any unwanted or employees or terrorists or hackers, any person with the capability of technology and has the opportunity, they can give harm to the e-commerce. So how to avoid the e-commerce and what are all the threats we are facing in the e-commerce, that is e-business. That is what we are going to see now. So in e-commerce, what are all the e-commerce threats? So before that, in last year you have studied about threats. What are all the e-business threats? That is virus, phishing, pharming, hacking, ransomware. So here we are going to see about what is virus. Already you people know about virus. It is a set of program which is used to harm the computer. That by giving harm they can get the information stored in the computer. So while in e-commerce these viruses destroy all the information stored in the computer and give huge loss to the revenue and time. So here the security is very essential in e-business. So first and then phishing. What is phishing? It is also an e-commerce threat, that is which is a target is contacted by the email or telephone, and while clicking or while responding to the messages they will get all our OTP number, PIN number, all our private informations, and this is called as phishing. So here we had seen about two threats, that is what given in your do you know page, and then here what are in your book they had given 7 type of e-commerce security threats, that is e-commerce threats. So first one is information leakage. So from the heading itself we can come to the conclusion, information leakage. So in WhatsApp, so assume that we are sending or we are purchasing any goods from Flipkart na, we are just transferring our email address, we are sending our account number and we are sending all our personal information, address, phone number and everything. So here the information is accessed by the third party. This is one kind of information leakage, and another kind of information leakage is the documents provided by the merchant, suppose a voucher or a bill or any invoice are sent from one company to another company, will be hacked and hacked by some other people, and they are accessing the document which are transferred between those merchants, and they can steal the information. This is also one kind of information, and these intercepting and stealing of online documents is called information leakage. And then next, tampering. What is tampering? In Tamil they used to say kurikittu kedu. So they are hackers. So while you are sending messages to the destination place, from the source place you are sending information to the destination, here some third party peoples, that is hackers, grab the data transmitted on the network and they falsified, that is as we have studied in 11th standard, man in the middle. So you thought you are chatting with your friend, but in the middle the hackers access or open or hack the WhatsApp and they send some information like what as you send to another people. That is what you are sending, they will interact and they falsified in the middle and they send some information to the destination, thereby destroying the authenticity and the integrity of the data. So as they have interrupt in the middle and they are sending the unwanted messages to the destination is the second kind of threatening. And then third kind of threatening is payment fraud. That is, here the payment fraud have three kinds. They have subdivided into three kinds: friendly fraud, clean fraud, triangulation fraud. Friendly fraud na when the customer demand false reclaim or false refund. Suppose they are telling lie, we are not receiving good, just refund the money, like that they are saying, na, it is said to be as a friendly fraud. And then clean fraud, they have stolen your credit card and with the stolen credit card they are purchasing or making any transactions, na, it is said to be as a clean fraud. And then third one is triangulation fraud. Triangulation fraud, na, fake online shop offering. What is offering? So in some other online apps, in Flipkart it is selling at 300 rupees, a product is selling at 300 rupees, in Amazon it is 200 na. All people are used to access Amazon. So they are giving small offerings with cheapest price. While you are purchasing, they have grasped all your personal information. So உங்களோட personal information வேணும்ன்றதுக்காகவே offerings கொடுத்து உங்களை வந்து attract பண்றது. This is said to be as a triangulation fraud. So in this payment fraud, it is categorized into three: friendly fraud, clean fraud and triangulation fraud. And then next is malicious code thread. கெட்ட எண்ணம், that is malicious na bad thought ஓட உங்களோட இமெயில் அக்கௌண்ட்டையோ இல்லை சைட்டையோ வந்து ஹேக்கர்ஸ் வந்து இன்க்ளூட் பண்ணி உங்களோட பர்சனல் இன்ஃபர்மேஷன்ஸ், கிரெடிட் கார்டு இன்ஃபர்மேஷன்ஸ் எல்லாம் எடுத்து அதை போய் பிளாக் மார்க்கெட்ஸில் சேல் பண்ணுறது. ஸோ ஹியர் with the help of there are multiple vulnerable areas, there are servers and intrusion point for the hackers to gain payment and also gain the user information. This is said to be as a malicious code thread. The fraud is then committed to extract the greatest value possible through e-commerce transaction or ATM withdrawals. So with the help of ATM withdrawals or coding, they return the coding and they have just copy the coding and they use in ATM and they withdraw the money. So they are copying the code with the help, with the bad thought, the malicious thoughts. Next is distributor denial of service. Delay of service. What is delay of service? So we are working on the internet. E-business is totally based on network resources. So entire processing is depends on the internet. So the server is all time busy. As a end user, we are always used to request the server, and from the server it is share the information and we are getting the information. So we all totally depend on the server. What the hackers will do na, they just distributed to botnet. As we have studied in last year, what is botnet? So sleeper cells peoples are there. So each one is connected within them. So there are 100 people work on one single net, which is used to make harmful to internet users. So here all the 100 people they are together form as a net or together connected, and they are accessing the server at the same time. So 100 requests are sent to the server at the same time. Now the server get delayed. So it is otherwise called as network flooding. Flooding na enna vellam. So network at a time number of people are sending requests na, the server is slow down. The server will slow down and make the server inoperative. Server வந்து வேலை செய்ய விடாம hang ஆக வைக்கிறது. So this process is also comes under the topic of e-commerce threat. So distributed nale network. So distributed denial of service. So attack. So here DDoS attack nu question kepanga. It is a process of taking down an e-commerce site by sending continuous overwhelming of requests to its server. So அந்த site அந்த website வந்து எந்த serverல இருக்கோ அந்த server வந்து number of people at a timeல request send பண்ணி அதை hang பண்ணி வச்சு அதை work பண்ண விடாம செய்யறதுக்கு பேர் தான் என்னது distributed denial of service attack. Next one is cyber squatting. So cyber squatting na enadhu unauthorized registration of the famous or the popular trademarks. A company, suppose you take that in our district Theni Anandam, they haven't created any websites. So what we are doing, we are creating a website and we are working on, or we are using their goodwill. So here unauthorized registration of the domain name and use of the internet domain name. We are using their trademark, we are using their goodwill, and we are using their domain names. So we are enjoying their goodwill. So what is cyber squatter? So, it involves in trading on reputation and goodwill of such third parties by inducing the customer to believe that it is the official website. So everyone, the people who are using that will believe that, oh, it is an official website of Theni Anandam, but it is not created by Theni Anandam. One hacker will create the same website in their name, and they are getting profit with the another person, and they are using or registering their popular trademarks. This comes under the title of cyber squatting. And next topic is typo piracy. Typo piracy, we used to say in WhatsApp, typo mistake. So while I am typing, I do some mistakes. So what is typo piracy? Pirate, thirududal. So here typo piracy. So while we are typing, you do some mistakes. So Facebook, I am writing fastly, I type na, Facebook. Or Google, I type G-O-O, no, G-O-G-L-E, like that I fastly type. So while I am typing, I am doing some mistakes na. In internet, I am using http.www. THMNU, like that I have wrongly typed, or fastly while I am typing, it will overlapped or overwhelmed in that na. In that cases, it will let the user to access the unauthorized website. So here the fake websites are try to take advantages of the user common typographical errors. So what the hackers will do? They will take the advantages of our typographical mistakes and take us to the unauthorized websites, and from there they are accessing our personal informations and ODB pin and gather all the our personal informations. Next we are going to see about hacking. What is hacking? Here the hacking refers to unauthorized intrusion into the computer or the network, that is breaking the security and gain the access of the website illegally. This comes under the topic of hacking. And next very important heading is dimension of e-commerce security. How we are going to give e-commerce security? Here the security issue is most worrying issue in e-business, and here the security is security elements. What are all the security elements involved in e-commerce is first one, authenticity. So what is authenticity? That is authority. So here confirm genuineness of the data shared. So நம்பக தகுந்த டேட்டாவை தான் நம்ம என்ன பண்ணணும், ஷேர் பண்ணணும். ஃபேக் மெசேஜஸ்லாம் ஷேர் பண்ணக்கூடாது. And then availability. What is availability? While we are doing the e-business or any business, our websites can be accessed by all the people. So ஒரு சில பேருக்கு access பண்ணலனாலும் hackers என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க, include ஆகி they will take the advantages. So prevention against the data delay and removal. இப்போ நீங்கள் பி பிஸ்னஸ் பண்ணலை அப்படின்னா உங்களோட வெப்சைட் உடனடியாக என்ன பண்ணியிருக்கணும், ரிமூவ் பண்ணியிருக்கணும். இல்லை அந்த வெப்சைட் இருந்துகிட்டே இருந்துச்சு அப்படின்னா அதர் ஹேக்கர்ஸ் will hack come into the website and they will take the advantages. So and the next, completeness. So unification of all data, all business information. So every business information must be fulfilled and it must be complete. And the next, confidentiality, that is providing or protecting the data against the unauthorized user. And the next is effectiveness. What is effectiveness? Effective handling of hardware and software comes under the security element. And then integrity. What is integrity? நேர்மையா இருக்கிறது. So prevention of data being unaltered or modified. So வேற யாரும் வந்து modify பண்ணிட முடியாதபடி நம்ம கொடுக்குற இன்ஃபர்மேஷன்ஸை நம்ம தான் என்ன பண்ணணும், prevent பண்ணணும். And then non repudiation. What is repudiation? மதிக்காமல் இருக்கிறது. இப்போ நீ நானும் ஒரு டிரான்சாக்ஷன் பண்ணுறோம் அப்படின்னா we must write in traditional business what they will do, they will write the some security issues they will made, they will write they will give security to the transaction. But here they won't. If they are violate any agreement, if they violate any agreement, that is what already there is a protocol which is to be followed while we are making the transaction. And if some person, either source place or the designation, who are violating those agreement has to be punished. So this comes under the heading non-repudiation. And then privacy, prevention of customer personal data. And then reliability, நேர்மையா இருக்கிறது. So providing the reliable identification of the individuals. And then reviewability, that is reviewability அப்படின்னா மறு ஆய்வு செய்தல். Suppose suppose any theft happens, now what everyone is doing nowadays, they are seeing the camera, so they are rolling back what is happening. So likewise we are used to see the history. No, what we have today done, we used to see the history. So likewise we are enable the monitoring the activities of the audit and track the operation. So what are all the e-business operations you are making on the internet, we have to read. Next topic we are going to see is ransomware. What is ransomware? Everyone know about blue whale. What is they first access the website. We are just playing the game. They access all the information and they are threatening us with the help of the information. And threatening for what? For money. If it doesn't give the money, they will publish all our personal data. Like that only they are threatening the people and accessing the money. Comes under the topic of ransomware. So what is ransomware? Is a type of malware that usually encrypt all the files. They first gather all the information in the target computer and threaten to publish the critical data unless the ransom is paid. That is, ransom means money. So unless the ransom is paid, they are threaten us to publish the critical data.